Hello bookish friends, and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and today we are starting a summery reading vlog. Before we get into the reading vlog, I quickly want to thank today's video sponsor, which is Pair Eyewear, and that is the glass company for the glasses I'm wearing right now. You've heard me talk about them a million and one times. I absolutely love them. They are so versatile, they are so affordable, and they are 100% going to be my glasses of the summer, because look how quickly I can go from blue light reading glasses to sunglasses. Like, come on. Pair Eyewear is an online glass retailer that I absolutely love. They make changing out your styles and customizing glasses so easy and so affordable. Their website is just so easy to use. I love everything about the company. I just love how easily I can switch out my styles. So like when I read Harry Potter, I obviously put these glasses on. These are the Gryffindor something or other. Obviously I have my sun top, and these glasses are my Murphy style, which are my current obsession, but I also have the curvy style, and I definitely have a lot more top frames for these, but these are a little bit smaller, a little more square. But again, watch how easily I can swap out my styles and pretty much cater to whatever I want. So I love these for fall. They're super neutral, a little bit of plaid, my Gryffindor plaid, which you already know I love. I love these ones. These give sexy librarian vibes, which obviously that's what we're going for. I have just a simple beige one, and then again I have my sun top. So I absolutely love how easily I can switch out my style with Pair Eyewear. They are probably the cheapest online glass retailer that I have personally found. There's so many options when it comes to glasses there. You can get prescription, you can get progressive lenses. I personally don't do any prescription, which I probably should in my next pair because your girl is going blind. They just make it so easy to customize, and their website is just chef's kiss. If you want to get your own pair of Pair Eyewear glasses, you will just go to paireyewear.com. You can browse their homepage, see what new collections they have going on. You can shop by women's, men's, or kids. Once you go into shop women's, men's, or kids, you will then select your base frame. Like I said, I have the Kirby and the Murphy. From there, you can decide whatever types of add-ons you want. If you want a progressive lens, if you want a double lens. I don't do any prescription in mine because I don't need that, even though I probably should do that soon. I only add on blue light filtering because your girl needs that. And then from there, you can scroll through the top frames and choose as many as you like. And it is literally that easy to get a adorable customized pair of sunglasses or eyeglasses for you. So if you want to get your very own pair of Pair Eyewear glasses, you can use the link in my description box, or you can use code LexisReading15 at checkout for 15% off your first order. Definitely make sure to check them out. They also have their Pair for a Pair program, where when you buy a base frame, they donate a base frame to somebody in need, and it just makes you feel so much better about your purchase. Thank you again to Pair Eyewear for sponsoring this video and continuing to support my channel. I love you guys, nothing but love for you, and that's all I have about Pair Eyewear. I could sit here and talk about them for hours, but I'm not going to. So let's just get right back into the reading vlog. Now that we talked about Pair Eyewear, let's talk about my TBR for this video. It is May 28th when I am starting this video, and obviously that means here in upstate New York, it's hot as hell. We went from like the most mild spring you can imagine. We had spring for maybe a week, and then all of a sudden it was like 80 degrees and sunny and hot, which I'm not complaining, but it just like, that's the thing about New York. So the weather just switches up super quick. Obviously we're going into the summer months, and I want to get in the entire summer mood with some summery reads. This video is going to be filled with nothing but books about summer that take place in summer or take place at the beach, or just give off summer vibes, you know, because I'm a summer girl through and through, and there's nothing I love more than summer and just being outside, getting tan, sitting in the sun, reading. Let's talk about the books I have on my TBR for this video, one of which I already started, and that book is Serendipity by Becky Chalson. This is actually an early copy. This is basically about our main character, Maggie, who she kind of like up and left her life in New York for a job opportunity in California, in Los Angeles, in the film industry. She had like a high school boyfriend that was like her first true love. Her and her best friend dated two twins, and like they had the best life ever. They were basically like family. She just like up and left them one day and was like, peace, I'm going to live my dream of working in film. And then went to California for a couple of years, would come back and pretend like nothing ever happened, like she never just like up and left and broke her ex-boyfriend's heart. Her and her best friend stopped talking, and now Maggie has moved back to New York because it didn't work out in LA and she wants like a fresh start. The weekend that she decided to move back, her old friend group is going to the little beach house that they used to rent on Fire Island back when they were in high school. So it's kind of like a reunion with her, and she has to figure out how to work her way back into this friend group. and she has to like confront her past of all the shitty things she's ever done, try to figure out like her shit, you know? I am 100 pages into this. I just started this yesterday and I'm loving this for reasons I'm not going to talk about on the internet, but I am like relating to the main friendship in this between Liz and Maggie, and I think that's why I'm loving it so much, because I can totally relate to something like that. I don't know, I love this one. This is the first book on the TBR, which I'm hoping to finish by tomorrow, because long story short, Chris is going away this weekend for a bachelor party and I want to do a 72-hour reading vlog that's over the weekend and keep it separate from this. So I want to finish this before that video starts, so I'm not like filming about one book 2 times, you know? The next book I have is Liar's Beach by Katie I'm not even gonna try. I got this for $5 at Barnes & Noble with like their purchase of something from their cafe or something like that. Originally I like read it and I was like, oh, that could sound fun, and then the girl was like, do you want it? And I was like, fuck it, for $5, why not? And a lot of these books on this TBR are friendship based, romance based, and I was like, you know what, let's just throw like one thriller on here. It's relatively short, so I feel like I could finish it quickly, but Lyndon knows he doesn't belong in elite Martha's Vineyard. But when his prep school roommate Jasper invites him to spend the end of the summer at August House, his family's massive beachfront estate, Lyndon tries to fit in. It's not hard after all, he's been lying for years. And he's not the only one. Everyone at August House is ready for a wicked good time. So when someone is found unconscious in the pool after a night of partying, it's quickly labeled an accident. But Lyndon begins to wonder, as does Holiday, Lyndon's childhood friend and the only person on the island who knows the truth about his humble background. There's nothing Holiday loves more than a mystery, and she's convinced there's a killer in the vineyard, and now it's up to them to figure it out. Just sounds like a popcorn thriller that's just gonna keep you guessing on who's who and who did what until the very end. And like I said, this is only 275 pages, so I feel like I can read through this fairly quickly, and yeah, very excited for this one. The next book I have here is The Secret Summer Promise by Kia Brown. I talked about this in my Amazon book sale haul video, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but basically about our main character Andrea had like the worst summer last year because she was recovering from surgery, and this summer is going to be like her summer. But there's only one problem. She's basically in love with her best friend, and her best friend I don't think feels the same way, but I'm sure that's probably gonna change. This seems like a young adult, or maybe even young readers, like kind of like Harry Potter grade, you know? So just seems like a super quick, easy read. Again, fairly short, and the font is fairly big. That's how I judge it too. Okay, this has like Bible thin pages, so that's what makes me a little nervous. 283 pages, which again, perfect length for a summer read. This next book I also got from the Amazon book sale, so I won't talk about it too much either, but this is Bad Summer People by Emma Rosenblum. This is like a cozy mystery, and it's basically rich people drama. Like, all these assholes go out to Fire Island every summer. Somebody shows up like dead or something, and they have to try to figure out what the hell happened, but it's like they're all conniving and evil and just terrible rich people. Can't wait for this one. And then I had to throw this on here. This is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. You probably already know what this is about. It's about 2 people that think they're like cursed when it comes to love, because every time they break up with somebody or somebody breaks up with them, that person then finds like their perfect soulmate. So they think that by fake dating each other, they can like negate this curse and it just won't happen anymore. Very excited to read this. This is like the 3rd book to Part of Your World and Yours Truly. They're not technically a series, but everybody says that there's like little innuendos throughout the book that kind of go back to those other 2 books by her. I've already read Part of Your World and Yours Truly. Loved both. I listened to both on audio, and I kind of want to try to read this one physically because I've never read one of her books physically. I pretty much only do them on audio, and the freaking loan for this on Libby is way too long, so we might read this physically. I don't know. We'll see. And then the last book I have here, I just bought and just came today, and it's one that I'm very excited for. And that book is The Summer Swap by Sarah Morgan. Can we talk about the beauty of this cover? If you have been following me here or subscribed for a while, you would know that I read the Book Club Hotel by Sarah Morgan back in maybe December, and I was like obsessed with that cover too. I like went searching high and low for that freaking book because I just loved the cover and didn't really like know what the story was about. I just wanted the cover. And so when I saw that this was coming out, I think this like just came out last week, I was like, okay, I love that cover, and 2, I already know I like her writing style, and I loved the Book Club Hotel, so I need this for my summery reading vlog. So had to snag this, just came today. And Cecilia Lapthorne always vowed she'd never go back to Dune Cottage, so no one is more surprised than Cecilia to find herself escaping her 75th birthday party to return to the remote Cape Cod cottage. Place filled with memories. Some are good, especially memories of the early days with her husband. After dropping out of medical school, aspiring artist Lily is cleaning houses on the Cape to get by, guilt-ridden for disappointing her parents. Unoccupied for years, Dune Cottage seems the perfect place to hide away and lick her wounds until Cecilia unexpectedly arrives. Despite an awkward beginning, Lily accepts Celia's invitation to stay as her guest, and a flicker of kinship ignites. Then Todd, Cecilia's grandson, and Lily's unrequited crush shows up, sending a shockwave through their unlikely friendship. Will Lily find the courage to live the life she wants? Can Cecilia finally let go of the past to find a new future? Because as surely as the tide erases past footprints, the summer is offering both Cecilia and Lily the chance to swap old dreams for new. So she just writes like contemporary fiction that just like really hits you in the heart, but like her covers, like, come on, I want to live at that cottage year round. That is my little TBR for this summery reading vlog. And I'm so excited to read all these books and just get in the summer mood, get in the summery vibe, sit outside, get some tanning done, and get some reading done. This clip is already 11 minutes long, so I'm very sorry for the long intro. Goal is to read another like 100 pages of this today so I can finish this book tomorrow, and then we can start the 72-hour reading challenge. So I'm gonna stop rambling now, get to reading. Okay, change of plans. I'm not gonna do any reading right now. I'm gonna go take Louis for a you-know-what, because it's like somewhat cool right now, and I should just do it before I get too lazy. So we're gonna go take him for you-know-what, and then we'll get some reading done. Okay, hello friends. I am back from my walk. I haven't walked in quite some time, and honestly that felt great. I walked for like 2.5 miles and built up a little sweat. Funny how I was talking about how the publisher for Serendipity, Dutton Books, reached out and like wanted to send me an art copy. Literally, as I was leaving to go for a walk, I saw this on my doorstep, and this is, well, I thought it was gonna be an art copy. It looks like a finished copy because it doesn't have like the little circle that says like not on sale until so-and-so. This must be a finished copy, but look at how beautiful this is. Like, this just gives major summer vibes. I am obsessed with this. And it came with some handouts. It came with a little greeting card from Fire Island. So this is gonna be my new bookmark, even though it's huge. And it comes with a cocktail recipe on the back for rocket fuel. It's a Fire Island favorite, makes 3 to 4 drinks. And it's coconut cream, pineapple juice, amaretto liquor, Angostura bitters, rum, garnished with a cocktail cherry and an orange wedge. And it tells you how to make the drink. So I think that is freaking adorable. I'm totally gonna use this as my bookmark going forward. And then it has like a little note from Miss Becky herself. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. Becky just writes like the sweetest little books, and they do kind of wrench your heart out, but I'm trying to determine if I should. I think I'm gonna keep reading on this copy just because I started it and you know, I'm a freak, but I'm going to replace my bookmark with the little greeting card because it's just so damn cute. I haven't read a single page today. I'm like kind of epically failing at this vlog. I told myself, oh, I want to read 100 pages today. I haven't read a single freaking page, but it's 5:30 right now. I'm gonna sit down and like rest my knee for a little bit because I'm still having knee problems. I'm gonna sit and rest my body for a little bit, and then when Chris comes home, we'll probably cook some dinner, eat, and then we'll chillax for the rest of the night. Hopefully we can get some reading done, and yeah, but thank you again to Becky and Dutton for sending me an early copy and apparently a finished copy. Gonna rest a little bit, get some reading done hopefully, and then we'll cook dinner, eat dinner, and then continue reading. Friends, we gonna focus? Okay. It is Wednesday at about 5 p.m. I just got home from work. I got home like an hour ago, but I've been running errands nonstop. Actually, that's not true. I got home at like 3:30, and then like from 3:30 to now I've been running errands like a nut. And I'm just adding some of the little things for the new books that I've gotten in the last couple weeks to my bookshelf ultimatum read it or unhaul it jar. I don't think that was in focus the entire time, so I'm sorry, but I have this jar with every single book I own. I'm gonna start a video series this month. Hopefully you would have already seen a video by then. If not, it's coming soon, where I pick 2 or 3 things from this jar and read them, and if I don't like them, I unhaul them, or if I don't end up reading them, or I DNF them, or whatever the case may be, I unhaul them. And it's just an effort to knock down all the books I have on my TBR. Reading progress, I did make it to page 202, chapter 18 in Serendipity last night. Still loving it. This is just like, I don't know how to describe how I'm feeling about it because it's just so realistic. It's not like cheesy or corny like contemporary fiction. Sometimes it can be like too perfect. Something happened last chapter that like Maggie, our main character, pretty much wanted to happen the entire time, and then when it happened she was like, wait, no, I don't want this. Maggie seems like the type of person that like wants something and then once she has it she doesn't want it anymore, and she kind of like realized that about herself last night. I like Maggie, but she can also be a little like, really girl, enjoying that. I'm gonna shake this up a little bit, make myself a little snack, and then we are going to get to a reading, and hopefully I can finish this today. Honestly, if I finish it tomorrow by like 4 p.m. I'll consider that a success. I was thinking about my reading challenge video that's coming up. I might just do it from Friday to Sunday instead of Thursday to Sunday so I can give myself some extra time to finish Serendipity. Extremely tired, if you couldn't tell. I was in Manhattan all day today and it's just like exhausting being there, and then it's like I came home and had 1,000,001 things to do before I could like sit down and relax. I'm going to do just that, sit down, relax, and get some reading done. Hello friends, it is now Thursday the 30th at about 6 p.m. I did not finish Serendipity last night. I'm gonna do it today, and then tomorrow we'll start our 48-hour reading challenge video, and yeah, that's it. I just filmed my TBR jar picks for June, which you would have seen already. So I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I just edited that video, and basically for the rest of the night all I need to do is read. Chris is officially gone. I have nothing else to do but read and make myself dinner at some point. I am definitely gonna finish Serendipity tonight, and then we will read whatever I'm gonna read this weekend, and then we'll get back into this video with whatever book I decide to choose next. Let's finish Serendipity. I'm watching Shrek. I also started re-watching the Eras tour, but I got myself some sushi, which is right there, and didn't want to like listen to a concert while I was eating, so I turned on Shrek, but I think I'm gonna turn the Eras tour back on. But I just finished Serendipity by Becky Chalson. This was so good. I found myself like on the verge of tears multiple times in the last like 50 pages of this, because this book takes you on a roller coaster ride of emotions. In the beginning, you like feel bad for these characters because they're all going through something, and this friend group is from high school. They spend 3 weekends on Fire Island throughout the summer, and each time they go, they each have like almost like an epiphany, or like, this is what I want, or this is how I feel. And then it goes to the next weekend and something, obviously the stories progress. There's a lot of ups and downs. It's like you're happy for that character, and then you're really sad for that character, and then you're really happy, and then you're like, oh, finally, and then it fucking goes to shit, which I love that in a contemporary romance book, because that's what keeps you interested the entire time. I really found myself like, what the hell? And then like tearing up because I was so happy. And that's exactly what you want in a book. The ending is like my favorite kind of ending, specifically in a contemporary romance book, because I hate when things don't end happily and some people don't get their happily ever afters. But every single character in this book got their happily ever after. And with a contemporary romance, that's legitimately all I could ever ask for. So I absolutely love this. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 star. The reason being I'm not giving it 5 stars is because there was times where I was like, okay, we could probably do without this. It did get a little like too descriptive and a little too wordy for me specifically. I love anything Becky Chalson writes. I love her personally. If you didn't know, she is actually related to Chris. So technically, I guess her and I related, because Chris and I are obviously married. If you haven't read any of her books yet, you should definitely check them out. Kismet was her first book, and then this one obviously came, oh wait, this didn't even come out yet. It comes out June 4th. This video is coming out later in June, so it's already out by this point, so definitely check this out. First book of the vlog done. I'm going to now, well, you won't notice, but I'm going to start another reading vlog tomorrow. I'm not going to read another summary book for probably another half a week or something, and then I will be back when I start my next book. Hello friends, I am back and ready to start my second book for this summer reading vlog. Sorry the TV is so distracting. I guess I could just sit on the ground. This is just gonna have to be the background for now. We're gonna have to deal with it. I'm ready to start my second book for this summer reading vlog, and that book is The Secret Summer Promise by Kia Brown. It is June 2nd. It is Sunday, June 2nd, as I am starting my second book. I literally just finished filming my 48-hour reading challenge vlog, which is already up at this point, so you can go watch it if you want to. I'm in such a reading mood right now, but I want something that's kind of like light and fluffy and not gonna like require a lot of brain power, and I figured this would be the perfect book to start because I'm almost positive this is like a middle grade or very young readers, and I just want something lighthearted, sweet, funny, and summery. Our main character, Andrea, she had like the worst summer ever last year. She was recovering from a surgery, and then this year she wants this summer to be her summer, but the problem is she's in love with her best friend, and her best friend, Haley, doesn't know how she truly feels, so she has to like find a way to fall out of love with her best friend over the summer, and we'll see what happens. I mean, let's be real, the two are probably gonna end up like falling in love and whatnot. I'm very excited to read this. It's a relatively short book. So this is 283 pages, but like I said, it's a middle grade or something close to that because the font's like kind of on the bigger side. So I have a feeling I'm gonna be able to fly through this. I would love to finish this by like Wednesday if I can, and then I think I want to start the audiobook for Just for the Summer. I know I said I was gonna try to read it physically, but I just don't think I'm gonna have time to read all of these books physically and be able to post this video when I want to post it. So I did get the audiobook for Just for the Summer. I ended up buying it because I was like, you know what, I've loved all of her books on audio, and why switch up now? And I got my book for Book of the Month with a credit, so I didn't pay anything for it. And I was like, you know what, we're gonna buy the audiobook so I can actually finish this video when I want to finish this video. If I could finish this in the next couple of days, that would be fantastic. I have a feeling it won't be that hard because it's very quick, lighthearted, and fluffy. I don't know how lighthearted it actually is. It could totally rip my heart to shreds, but we are going to start a second book of this vlog, and I will be back when I have a pretty decent amount read and a substantial update. I am here for a reading update. It is June 3rd. It's a Monday. I have some reading progress. First things first, I read 60 pages of The Secret Summer Promise last night. I'm enjoying this. Kind of a little slow, but also sorry there's people doing yard work next door. So I am liking this, not loving it. Not much has really happened besides like Andrea trying her hardest to fight her feelings for her best friend. And they're like a really close-knit group and they hang out a lot, but there's also like some other drama going on with some other of the friends. It's just very slow, but we're gonna push through. If I get like 150 pages into this or something, I'll DNF if I'm really not enjoying it, but I think I'll be able to push through, and I'm hoping that the ending will be well worth it. That's my first reading update. And then I did start the audiobook for Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and I am loving this. I like instantly connected with these characters, started like instantly swooning over them. I'm on page 151, chapter 15, so I've listened to a decent chunk today. This is basically about Emma and Justin, who both think that they're cursed because anytime they've broken up with somebody, that person has then found their soulmate right after dating them and breaking up with them. So they decide to fake date to see if like the curse, like their curses will negate each other. Emma is a travel nurse, so her and her best friend Maddie were supposed to go to Hawaii for 3 months and do like a rotation there, but she ended up switching that and going to where Justin lives in Minnesota, I think it is. He's a software engineer, so they end up going there and staying there for 6 weeks, and her and Justin meet. It is just beautiful from the start. Like their friendship, relationship, whatever the hell you want to call it, seems so natural and so breezy, and you can tell that they just really enjoy each other's company. So I'm really enjoying this. I'm not going to say much more about it because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but so far this is really like a 5-star and I'm so excited about it. I'm hoping I will finish this one by Wednesday too. Imagine I finished Whoa, imagine I finished both of these books by Wednesday. That would be fantastic. I'm so happy about this one. This one is like just making me giggle and smile when I'm listening to it while I'm driving. So I'm probably not gonna read any more of this today because I really only listen to audiobooks when I'm in my car. We're gonna continue reading this bad boy and hopefully it gets a little more interesting. If not, I will just DNF it. I was telling Chris that I was struggling to get through this and he's like, so just don't finish it. And I was like, I don't know, I feel weird and I feel bad. And he's like, you shouldn't. But we're gonna continue with this and then I will probably give you an update tomorrow morning when I'm getting ready for work. But we'll throw in some B-roll. Hello friends. It is Tuesday, June 4th. I wasn't gonna pop in for an update, but I guess I will. I am unexpectedly working from home today, which works out perfectly because last night, right before I went to bed, I started to get such a migraine and I woke up with it and just like could not drive even if I wanted to, but I was gonna force myself to because I have to work from home on Thursday because I have a doctor's appointment. I woke up this morning to a missed call from somebody that I've been waiting for a call from saying that they're gonna install the outlet for our microwave finally. We've been waiting on this guy for like 2.5 weeks to come and install this outlet so we can finally mount our microwave. So when he called, I was like, oh, thank God, saved by the goddamn bell, because now I get to work from home. I think if I tried to like drive anywhere, it would have just been really bad. I read about 20 pages of The Secret Summer Promise last night. I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely getting a little bit better. So basically our main character, Andrea, is in love with her best friend, Haley, and they've been best friends for years and she doesn't want Haley to know and she's trying to like suppress her feelings, kind of go through her day-to-day life, but her and Haley have this whole like summer bucket list of things that they want to do, and it's gonna be hard to like fall out of love with her best friend when she is like so desperately in love with her, you know? She also just met this boy that is like one of the popular guys at her school, and he like started to show interest and she was like, I have an idea, I'm gonna try to fall in love with him so I can fall out of love with Haley. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm enjoying it. Definitely gonna be able to read a little bit more today. I also put some nails on last night because my nails were just looking crusty. I'm actually up in Chris's office trying to get my computer to work, but it seems like it's just not. What is going on? Gonna hopefully get a lot of work done today. I definitely need to finish editing my 48-hour reading challenge vlog, which honestly this from home day couldn't have come at a better time because I really need to edit that. We'll hopefully get some reading done today too. That's the update. I will be back later when I have some sort of reading update. Hi friends, back with a reading update. It is now June 5th, Wednesday. I have read so much of this today. Obviously I'm listening to the audiobook, so I'm like flying through it. I'm now on page 336. I think I'm on chapter 40. So I've read this much. I have this little bit left to read. I have so many thoughts. This book is the best book out of the series in my opinion. And it's so funny because Part of Your World and Yours Truly are technically not like your typical series where you have to read them in order, but obviously it makes more sense to read them in order because you're introduced to characters in a certain way. Also, sorry, Louis chewing a bully stick. That's the only way I can keep him quiet. So if you hear munching in the background, that's just him. When I was halfway through this, I was like, I don't understand how this relates to the other two books because there was no mention of anybody from either of those books. And then literally like probably 10, maybe 20 minutes after that, Brianna and Jacob, I think is the guy's name from Yours Truly, made a little innuendo appearance, and you realize something about their landlord that relates to technically mostly book one because it's the other girl's story. And literally when it like all clicked in my head, I was like, that's who their landlord is? Like it kind of was just like mind-blowing for me. It's obviously nothing major, but you literally, how do I say this without explaining anything? You never really hear from the landlord in this book particularly, but then when you do figure out like how it's tied to the other two books, you're like, what the hell? Like no freaking way. So kind of cool, but also as I'm like listening to this, I literally am like feeling every single emotion these characters are feeling. Like I want to cry so many times. I also want to punch Emma's mother in the face. Like her mom annoys me to no end and she's just like fucking up Emma's life for absolutely no reason. I get butterflies when like Justin says certain things to Emma. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Like he says stuff and he's like, for you I would do it, like why not? And he's so like nonchalant about it but like genuine about it too, and he's just so cute and he just wants her to love him. I literally am just going on the ride that these like characters are going through, and this is 100% gonna be a 5-star book, and this will be the first 5-star I give to an Abby Jimenez book. But I don't know what it is about this one, but this one is just magical. The other two were phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but I just love these two characters more than the other two. This is definitely my favorite Abby Jimenez book by far that I've read yet. And this will definitely, hopefully, probably be a 5-star, which I was totally not expecting because the other two I gave like 4.5 stars. So I was like, yeah, it's probably just gonna be like that. No, this is a fucking banger, man. So almost done with this. And then last night I decided to DNF the Secret Summer Promise because I have read 100 pages and this is only a 280 page book and I just like don't care. I don't know if it's because these characters are so young, like they're 17 years old trying to like figure out their bodies and figure out themselves, but it's very, very, very slow. And I know I'm not the reader for this, but I really wanted to be the reader for this. I thought it could be cute. I'm just not the target audience for this, and that's okay. I'm sure girls much younger than me probably love this and really enjoy this, and I know there's a lot of people out there that love this book because I was looking at Goodreads reviews, but it's just not for me, and that's okay. So we're gonna officially put this down for now. I am solely gonna focus on this for the rest of the week. I'm not driving anywhere for work tomorrow, but I will be driving on Friday, so I will probably most likely finish this on Friday. I don't know, I kind of want to like finish it now, but we'll see. We will definitely see. I don't know. I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for how this is gonna end. Long story short, to explain this really quick, Emma is in Wisconsin just for the summer, obviously, as a travel nurse, and I think she extended her contract just a couple months. I don't know, I might have missed that part a little bit. That's the problem with like audiobooks. Sometimes you miss a couple of the little small details. And she has to figure out like if she's gonna stay with this man, Justin, or is she gonna leave and continue on like her life as she usually does. And yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if she's gonna leave. I don't know if she's gonna stay. And it's definitely gonna like totally my heart, so looking forward to it. Anyways, that's my little reading update for now. I'm gonna put a little pause on the summer reading vlog because I think I want to read Throne of Glass. I think I'm gonna read Throne of Glass and then we'll get back into our summer reads, and I will be back when I choose my next book. Or actually, you know what, I'll probably be back when I'm done with this, and then from there we'll move forward. Hi friends, it's Editing Lexi popping in. It is much later. This video is going up so much later than I really had anticipated. We're now in the middle of July as I'm like editing this and getting it ready to go up. But I realized that from the last clip that you just saw to the next clip you're gonna see after this one, I didn't update you on anything I was reading. I did finish Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and we'll talk my final thoughts and ratings at the very end of this video, so I'm not gonna do that now, but I did finish Just for the Summer. And then I did try to read Bad Summer People by Emma Rosenblum on audio and ended up DNFing it because I was just like, there was too much going on in that book. But again, we will talk about all those at the end. Just wanted to pop in because I just did like a total 360 to the last clip to this next clip, so just keep that in mind. Okay, hello friends, checking in. It has been quite some time since I read anything for this video. It is now June 25th. I took a little pause on the summer reading vlog because I just wasn't reading anything that I was liking. I wasn't loving anything. This is all crooked. I wasn't like loving anything I was reading, but we're back. We're gonna start a new book today. And we're gonna start the audiobook for The Summer Swap by Sarah Morgan. I have 2 books left to read. I have this one and this one, which is Liar's Beach. And I was like, you know what? I have to get the audiobook of at least one of these so I can actually finish this video and get it posted during the actual summer. So I was like, I'm just gonna get this one on audio because I feel like this one's gonna be better on audio, and we're just gonna go from there. It's about a couple different characters. The first one is Cecilia, who swore she would never go back to this cottage that she went to on Cape Cod because there was just like too many memories, too many secrets. The other character is Lily, who is cleaning houses on the Cape to get by. And she goes to this dune cottage because it has been unoccupied for quite some time now, and she seems like it's like the perfect place to hide away and just like kind of revive her life. And then Cecilia arrives, and now they have to like coexist in this cottage. We have our third main character, Todd, who is Cecilia's grandson, and Lily's crush shows up, and then they have to like figure out a bunch of different stuff. It's just like a little sad moment, but also probably all these characters will get their happy ending. I also love this cover. We're gonna start this on audio today. I'm heading out for work right now. We're gonna get these books done so I can get this video done finally, but thank you for bearing with me as I haven't posted this as early as I wanted wanted to. I wanted to have this video posted this week, but that's clearly just not happening. Let's get going to work. We'll start our audiobook and I will be back later today when I have a reading update. Okay, hi friends. I am back from work. It is many hours later. I'm looking a little rough. I'm tired. I drove to Port Chester. Sorry, my bra's out. This is just annoying. I drove to Port Chester, which was about like 2 hours and 15 minutes from where I live. And then the other store I went to was in Mamaroneck, which is like a 25-minute drive from Port Chester, and then it was a 2.5-hour drive home. So I'm not sleepy. My eyes are hurting a little bit, but I do have significant reading progress. I think I read like 60% of this, and by read I mean I listened to 60% of this. Let's see. It's saying 61%. I'm on chapter 13. I'm gonna see if I can figure out where exactly I am. I'm on page 198. So I've read this chunk today, which is fantastic. Definitely gonna finish this tomorrow. Talking about plot without spoiling anything, Sarah Morgan's books follow a couple different perspectives of characters in each one, and you kind of just follow them as they're going through like a turning point in their life almost. So in this one we're following Cecile, who just lost her husband. Her daughter is just like a straight up bitch and very self-centered, and she just wants to like get away from everybody. So she goes to her cottage that none of her family even knows she has, to just like escape and kind of recover herself, you know? And then we also have Lily, who was supposed to be med student. She really wants to be an artist, but her parents are really pushing her to do this whole med student thing. And something happens when she's at school and she's like, nope, this isn't for me, I'm dropping out. Her parents are really disappointed, so she just like up and leaves and goes to this part in Cape Cod and works for like a management, almost like an Airbnb company, and does like all the cleaning for the houses. So she also doesn't have anywhere to live, so she's kind of been staying in Dune Cottage, which is Cecilia's beach house, because nobody's been there, but she cleans it every day. And she's like, well, literally nobody's been here for so many months, so I'm just gonna like stay in the room. And then one night Cecilia comes to the cottage. Lily's watching her from above, and Lily like jumps out of the second story or something, or jumps out the window or something, and the two end up finally meeting each other. They end up coming to terms of like, okay, you can stay here and whatnot. Just for a couple days. And then the other character we're following is Todd, who is Cecilia's grandson, Lily's crush from back in the day. It's kind of like the one guy she's always loved but could never have, even though they never even dated. Todd has no idea about any of her emotions or feelings towards him. Lily's at the door crying. Can't ever do anything without this dog interrupting. Anyways, so that's kind of what's going on. Cecile is trying to like recover from her grief, but also like dealing with how shitty of a daughter she has, which I'll talk about the daughter in a second. Lily's trying to like rebuild herself and figure out if she wants to become an artist, and how she's gonna become an artist. And then Todd is kind of going through like a really toxic, not even necessarily toxic, he like proposed to this girl who's like just not his vibe, and they were engaged for like a week, and then he goes to try to find his grandmother at Dune Cottage, even though nobody knew where she was. That was kind of confusing. I hope that made sense. And the only other perspective we follow is Kristen, who is Cecile's daughter, and she is totally self-centered and just like, I can't stand her. When her parents tried to split up when she was young, and she like totally took her dad's side because she thought her mom was like a total bitch, and she didn't know the situation, so she's like totally wrong. But they have a very wish-washy relationship, and talks about that too. So in the next couple 100 pages of this book, I'm sure we're gonna get some happy endings per usual in Sarah Morgan fashion. But that is my reading update for this so far. I will probably be back maybe tomorrow when I actually finish this book, either tomorrow or Thursday. And then I think we're actually gonna do the audiobook for Liar's Beach too, just so I can maybe read both of them this week and finish out this video relatively soon, because I feel like I've been filming this video for like weeks now, which I have. So that's my reading update for the summer swap so far, and I will be back when I finish this. Hey, hello friends. Just had to adjust the brightness. I think we're good. It says focusing. Anyways, I'm here for a reading update. It is now Wednesday, June 26th. I finished the Summer Swap by Sarah Morgan. I ended up landing on a 3.75 star rating because this wasn't like the best book ever. I don't think any of her books are really like the best books ever. They are really cute, and they definitely get points for the covers because they're so freaking cute, but I just thought this was like too expected, which in her books, it's to be expected that you're gonna expect what happens. But I do like that all of her books end with happy endings, and I love the character arcs that all of her characters go through in each story, because you're not just following one character, you're following multiple. It's actually funny because I don't know if I said it in this video. I'm almost positive I did. I'm like filming 2 videos at once right now, and my mind is just getting confused what I said for what. But we follow one character, Kristen, in this, who is Cecilia's daughter. And I was saying how like I can't stand her because she's all like, oh my god, nobody cares about my problems or what I'm going through. And it's like, homegirl, your mother lost her husband, like chill. She's very just like self-centered almost, but I actually really ended up enjoying her story in this book. Basically, this is not a spoiler, her and her husband are like having marriage issues. He's a workaholic, he's a surgeon, so he works like nonstop and he's never really there for her. And the turn that their relationship took in this was really freaking good. And at one point, like, I thought I was gonna start crying because something happened and I was like, oh my god, I wasn't expecting that. And I liked that part. I really enjoyed that storyline. Cecilia's story was kind of interesting too. I really enjoyed hers. But as far as Todd, Cecilia's grandson, and Lily, one of our other main characters, I knew that shit was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna end the way it did, and that's the point. That's the reason why it's not getting 4 stars. Really enjoyed this. Definitely a very cute summary book. It didn't really give me summary vibes. It like talks about them being on the beach, but I don't think they ever actually physically go to the beach, which is kind of the point of a beach book and a summary book, if you're asking me. Like, there was times where they were like walking on the beach and talking, but they never like, I don't know. It didn't give all the beachy vibes, so that's that. I enjoyed this. I would recommend this. I also freaking love this cover. Like, this might be one of my favorite covers ever. I want to live in this cottage for the summer. Actually, I would totally live there full time, but beggars can't be choosers. Okay. So now we have 1 book left on this TBR, and that is Liar's Beach by Katie Contugno. I have no idea, I'm sorry. But I don't think I'm gonna start this just yet, and I think I am going to do the audiobook version because I know I could just like fly through the audiobook quicker than I could physically reading this. It's a relatively short book, so I should be able to crush this out this week as well, but we'll see. I don't know yet. I'm hoping to maybe read it between, no, I'm not even gonna put a timeline on it because I never stick to timelines, but hoping to have this done within the next week, and then we can officially close out this reading vlog. So I will be back when I officially start this book, and we will talk about the premise of it, because I don't even remember at this point if I told you the premise. I'm pretty sure I probably did at the beginning of this video, but I filmed that so long ago that I have no freaking clue. So I'll be back when I'm ready to start this. Hello friends, we are officially on our last book of this vlog, and that is Liar's Beach. I don't know if this is YA or not, but it is giving YA vibes. I don't know why, like a YA thriller, but basically they're out on Martha's Vineyard, somebody shows up dead, somebody has secrets, and then they're trying to figure out who did what, who is the killer on Martha's Vineyard. So I'm hoping that this will have all the summary vibes. This is the one and only thriller that I have on this TBR, so I'm hoping it's good. It's relatively short. I think it's only like 270-ish pages, and I'm gonna do it on audio because I need to have this video up tomorrow, which means I need to read this entire thing today, which I think is going to be possible because I listen to the audio on like 1.85 speed sometimes, and I have to drive to Connecticut and back today, so I have about, let's say 5.5-ish hours of driving to do today, which, kill me. I think I'm getting my period, and my head is just like, so I'm not looking forward to the amount of hours I have to drive today, but it is what it is. So I think this audiobook is about 5.5-ish hours I saw with the speed that I listened to. So we should be able to read the entirety of this today. It is very short. So I'm not going to ramble too much because this video is already so long, and it's already taking me so much longer to film this than I thought. I seriously thought I was going to have this video up in the middle of June, and now we're in the middle of July, and I'm going to have it up at this point. Like, this took me so much longer, but life got busy, things happen, and it is what it is. I'm gonna hop in my car right now, and we're gonna start the audiobook for this. Hi friends, it is now about 6:30 on the 16th, which is the final day that I have read a book. I did finish the entirety of Liar's Beach today. I had it on audio, so I was able to like crush this in one day. It was also because this was only like a 5.5 hour audiobook, and I had to drive to Connecticut and back, so I had about 6 hours of driving, and I did finish this. I thought it it was okay. It was nothing special, except for the end left on a cliffhanger. And now I kind of feel like I should read the second book, but I'm not gonna buy it on audio, or I'm not gonna buy it physically, so I'll just like, I don't know. It was just like annoying. Also, sorry I look like a wet dog. It's been a rough day. I came home to Louis literally having diarrhea everywhere in our fucking house, and I just spent 2 hours freaking cleaning it, and I just got out of the shower, so having a bit of a rough day. But my thoughts on this are wishy-washy. I ended up rating this 2.75 stars because it was just like, the main character kind of like up and left his friends the entire time he was at what they call August House, which is one of his school friends' house out on Martha's Vineyard. Somebody that he grew up with ended up being there because her family also has a house in this island. Those two kind of go off on their own and try to figure out who showed up unconscious in the pool after they had a party at their friend's house. It was kind of annoying that like instead of enjoying his trip, he was kind of off with his childhood friend trying to figure out like what happened and who did it. I don't know, it was just kind of annoying. And I felt like a lot of this book was spent like going through this main character's day to day rather than trying to figure out the crime and who did it and whatnot. It felt like 75% of this book was just like following the character and his backstory and his thoughts and his interactions, and then 25% of it was actually figuring out what happened and who did it and why. And then when you do figure out who did it and why, it's kind of like, okay, whatever. So landed on a 2.75 on this. The beach vibes in this one were definitely the best out of pretty much all of these books, because they all obviously take place in summer, but it's not really like descriptive of the summer vibes, you know, and this one was. So that's the first one. The next book I have here is The Summer Swap by Sarah Morgan. I rated this 3.75. I thought this was super cute. I points for the cover, honestly. But this was just kind of like your typical contemporary fiction / romance kind of book, where everybody in this story and the different timelines that you follow, they're all going through a different low point in their life and trying to figure out how they can claw their way out. In all of Sarah Morgan's books, I do love that you always get your happy endings, and like you're never left being like, wait, what happened to that character? Because she does conclude everything at the end. So I did give this a 3.75. I really did enjoy this. I do recommend Sarah Morgan's books. We'll rate these in order of which ones I would recommend the most to the not at all after. The next book I have here is Serendipity by Becky Charlson. I feel like I talked about this one the most just because I started with this one and started strong. This is about a friend group that goes to Summer Island over 3 different weekends, and they're kind of all going through their own shit, and they work through their problems individually but also like kind of together. And I rated this one, where the heck is it? 4.5 star. I really enjoyed this. This gave me probably the most beachy vibes out of all of these books that I've read in this vlog. This one definitely gave you like the most beachy vibes and kind of was the most descriptive. Next, I have 2 DNFs, so we're just not even gonna give them their own moment. I have Bad Summer People by Emma Rosenblum, which you saw that I like popped in when I was editing it. It was like, by the way, I never even talked about this book because I kind of just like started the audiobook and never checked in with the vlog. But this was just too confusing. There was too many characters, there was too many like point of views, and there was too many of like, this person's cheating with this person, but then this person's cheating with this person, but then these two are hooking up, but then these two are like conniving, and it was just like too much for me. So basically in the beginning of this one, somebody finds somebody dead, and then I read probably 75% of this and they didn't talk about that at all or even build up to it. So I was like, okay, I really don't care. So I ended up DNFing this one. I also DNF'd The Secret Summer Promise by Kia Brown because I don't think this was the audience for me. I think if you're a young reader, you probably would really like this, but I just like couldn't get into it and it was going way too slow for me, and it's a short book, so to say that it's going too slow for me, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm not wasting my time. But I got 100 pages into this and just like did not care. This gave summer vibes in the sense that these two friends had like a summer bucket list, and they talked about that a lot and like how they didn't have to go to school and whatnot, so whatever. The star of the show is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. You already know how much I love this book and how much I love this series. I gave this one 5 stars. This was such a good book, you have no idea. So gave this one 5 stars. Let's talk about in what order I would rank these. I think the one I would obviously recommend the most is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and then I would have to say second would be Serendipity by Becky Charlson. Then I would say The Summer Swap by Sarah Morgan, Liar's Beach by Kate Contugno, and then I'm not gonna lie, I probably wouldn't recommend these. If you like similar books that I do, I probably wouldn't recommend either of these, but Again, reading is so subjective, so if you want to read them, read them. If you don't, then don't. That is the conclusion of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me read some summery books. I know this video was kind of like a flop. I didn't put much B-roll in it because, you know, life just got busy. I wanted it to be like super cute and aesthetic, and it just like didn't work out that way, and that's totally fine. And it took a lot longer to do than I actually anticipated, but you know what? It is what it is. But these are the books I read for the summery reading blog. Definitely let me know if you've read any of these, and if you, I don't know, how you felt about them, I guess. And let me know your favorite summery reads in the comments below. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel and you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And a quick thank you again to Pair Eyewear for sponsoring today's video and continuing to support my channel. And that's all I have for you. I will see you in my next one. Bye.